Hi, I'm Claire McTurnan and welcome along to day one of the 10-day free business growth challenge. Now, you all voted for the topic you wanted me to cover, and the number one topic that came up was how to grow my business when it's just me. Now, I know all about that pain. I've had my business now for 8 years and I employed my first member of staff 10 months ago. Since then, I've managed to, I've had 4 members of staff in those 10 months. Only one of them is still with me. 2 I fired, 1 quit, and then one has had the staying power to stay with me. So I know all about what it's like. So for pretty much 7 years, it was just me running my business, and I'm now a multi-6-figure business. So I know what it's like to be juggling all that stuff when it is just you doing the whole thing. Now I'm going to give you bits of advice over the next 10 days about that topic. I'm going to keep each of the videos about it pretty short because I know none of us have the time to be watching long videos. So they're going to be short, punchy, and full of stuff that's really easy and quick to implement. So hopefully that's going to work really well for you. So Catherine and Gordon, hi, can you just smash an emoji for me so I know you can hear me okay? I'm assuming you can because you've stayed on, and pretty much usually if you're watching a live and there's no sound, people disappear pretty quickly. So let's crack on. So I was thinking, what order do I cover this in? And I was thinking, okay, if this was me watching these videos, I would want something to help me generate some money first. So let's jump in and deal with a classic problem I find, hi Catherine, that a lot of business owners struggle with. And I saw this with a client only the other day. And it really zaps our time when we don't get this right, which means it adds to our struggle of growing our business when it is just us. So now the trap this particular client fell into, and he certainly isn't alone. I see lots of clients having these issues and lots of other people out there too. And he had written this lovely proposal. So he'd had a really good sales conversation, was on the right wavelength with the person he was selling to, and it was going to make the decision. He followed it up with a nice proposal, and then it ended up in follow-up hell. Who knows that? Who's been in that situation where you thought, you know what, this is a certain yes, I get on with them really well, but then you end up in limbo land while you're waiting and chasing down those follow-ups continually until you get the yes that you're after. Now, when I reviewed his proposal, I could see exactly why that had happened, because he had not described the value he was going to deliver. He had described what he was going to deliver quite clearly, but hadn't described the pain they were in particularly, and had done zero about the value that those items he was going to deliver would actually give to the business. So if there's no value, all the person does is see the price. So it's so important to articulate the value. Now, by not articulating the value, that particular client is going to have to spend a load of time following that up, and potentially will get a no. So that means his initial sales discussion was a waste of time, his time preparing the proposal was a waste, and all that following up time was a waste. So when it's just you running your business, all that waste really hurts. Plus, it starts doing your head in because it's just another no. And you start convincing yourself that nobody wants to buy your stuff, and it's probably because you priced it too high. Who's been there? Who's convinced themselves that they've priced too high and that's why they didn't get a yes? I can almost guarantee you that the reason you didn't get a yes was not the price. It was everything you put around the price to describe the value. So although maybe that seems like a bit of a quirky thing to start with for these 10 days on how to grow your business when it's just you, but anything that zaps your time and doesn't generate income is stuff that's a real problem when it is just you. So yeah, exactly, Catherine, right? And you certainly won't be alone having fallen into that trap. So that's my advice for day one. Now, just to explain where I am and a bit about how these videos are going to work, I'm just going to move my arm because I'm getting a bit armache. I am at Warwick University today. So 3 times a month, I run business growth groups here where 10 to 15 business owners come and spend the day with me, and we work on stuff, and they go away with an action plan so they know what to do for the next 4 weeks to get growth. So today we're set up for one of those. So if I look around, you'll see it's all up on the laptop ready. I always get here early. I drop my daughter off at the school bus, so today is her first day back. And then I come straight here and I get on with my work. ready, so when my clients arrive, I'm ready to be totally focused on them, and I've already got my work done for the day before they've arrived. This is how I make sure I use my time wisely. So I'm Claire McTurnan, the only person in the UK that specialises in sustainable growth for service businesses. Now go away and review your proposals and see whether you've fallen into the same trap I've just mentioned that my client did. You've got to talk about that value. Go away and review them. Let me know how you get on, and I'll see you tomorrow.